Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Pickle and welcome back to a brand new live stream, where today we've actually got some Satisfactory news. It feels like it's been a while since I last said that. I suppose console was the last big thing, and no, we are not talking about console, that's now old news. Today we are talking about something called a Satisfactory anniversary event. I'm gonna have a full in-depth video coming up tomorrow. Unfortunately, we haven't got much news about this. All we have are the words Satisfactory Anniversary Event. So we are going to speculate today, we are going to have a little bit of fun, see what they mean by that, and just going into some possibilities that they might be adding into Satisfactory. But regardless, this is good news, but it's not the only Satisfactory news we've got today. If we head over to the Coffee Stain Studios YouTube channel, 24 minutes ago they uploaded a video. I was literally getting changed, about to go for a run as they uploaded this. So it was pretty good timing. And by the way, if you guys are watching live, do let me know if everything is okay. Right before I started streaming, twice my streaming software crashed. So hopefully everything is alright. If not, do let me know. I can try and change some things around. But it should all be alright. If you guys are watching the VOD, by the way, I'm live here on YouTube pretty much every single day. So feel free to subscribe if you guys like Satisfactory. Regardless, let's get into the video. Let's see what is new. And let's just dive into the facts of this new Satisfactory announcement, and what exactly do they mean by anniversary event, and what is the Satisfactory anniversary? Again, all that will be dissected by Mikhail.
So good to be back on YouTube.
Pause, let's just analyze. No.
And I hope all of you have had an amazing summer.
I'm gonna try not to pause constantly.
Stuck inside your head. We're back. Mostly. Kinda. Let's touch on that a little bit later. But
Welcome,
for now,
Village, by the way. Welcome.
Would be a great time to touch on what both Satisfactory and our socials will provide for you in the immediate future. But
which is good, because in case you guys don't know, the Coffee Stain Studios YouTube channel can be a really good source of information. I do try and cover everything Satisfactory on this channel here as well, even some things that they might not post on their YouTube, hence why I just try and collect all the juicy information and provide it to you guys in a different sort of format than what they do. But yeah, it's still a pretty good source of information. Yeah, it's 1 year since the 10th, exactly.
For anything else, in case you missed it, we finally have a confirmed.
I made a video about this.
Fantastic. On consoles on the 4th of November. We revealed this as part of Gamescom, and the game will hit both the Xbox Series S and X as well as the PlayStation 5.
This is fantastic news. I have given my full-on opinion about this before, but essentially I think that the game coming out to console is a huge bonus and a benefit to the Satisfactory players. More players means more funds going into Coffee Stain Studios, means that more likely we could be looking at potentially working on a DLC. Potentially. The reason as to why I say that is because if they are going to get potentially millions of pounds, dollars, euros from this, you might now want to allocate the funds to making a DLC for this game, which I really hope they do, because Satisfactory deserves a DLC. It really does.
And players on one console
would you guys buy it?
Will be able to play with players on the other. So save the date and make sure to prepare accordingly, because the dark winter ages that are coming, inevitable as always, will be very comfortable.
That's the 4th of November.
A date that is even closer at hand, and that is very special to us ever since last year, is the 10th of September.
When update 1.0 released last year. A year already.
Because this is now Satisfactory's birthday. And this year in particular marks the very first birthday
same with me, Vidod,
since 1.0 launched. So ditch the kids, spend some quality time with your PC, and check out our brand new anniversary event.
See, did you guys hear the words? Repeat it again.
With your PC and check out our brand new anniversary event.
Anniversary events. Those are the words that we got. Check out our brand new anniversary events. What is the anniversary events? What will they do? Well,
and check out.
This is the only image we've got. We don't even know if this isn't Satisfactory, but what I think they might be adding, this is just a complete guess at this point, because all we can do is speculate. I do love to speculate. But see these colours here in the background?
Our brand new.
They look a little bit familiar. and similar to the colors here. So what I think they might end up doing is adding this interior design here of the hub into the game for the anniversary day. Maybe for the 10th and 11th and 12th of September, then it's going to go after that. I doubt it's going to stay forever because it's just an anniversary event. We have also got some helmets. I have talked about this in a shorts video and on another video prior, but there are some new helmets in the very top right of the screen, which is pretty interesting. So maybe they'll add them for the anniversary event as well. This is not a new helmet, but this is... Oh, you can't see it because my webcam's in the way. Give me a sec. There we go. This is new. So again, they might be adding that as well for the anniversary, which could be pretty awesome as well. Some beanbags, some really nice decor here for the interior. Because when I actually check the hub, there's nothing behind this. Like, there is nothing there. Over to the left side, which is where my webcam is, which is that side for you guys, is where you can change your Pioneer's outfit and change your Pioneer's look, but there's nothing blocking that from what we can see. Then over to the right side, which is where this Pioneer is where we've got our computer, where you can play that mini-game inside of the hub. So I've got a feeling that this, again, judging by the colors, I believe Josh is the editor's name. Might be wrong with that.
With your PC and check out.
But judging by the colors here, this could be what the anniversary event is, changing the hub a little bit, and of course some additional things as well. We will come back to this in just a moment. I want to try and finish the video, but after we do finish the video, I do then want to try and talk about what the anniversary event can be. I'll then make my own video speculating about it, and of course, leave your comments in that video and on today's stream. I would love to know.
Our brand new anniversary.
Don't know if or not.
And finally,
It's confirmed.
Will return.
That's fantastic. Ficsmas is coming back. If you guys don't know what Ficsmas is, it's a Christmas event. And for the very first time, console players are able to now play it. So if you guys are going to get this game on console, PlayStation 5 or Xbox, look out for Ficsmas. You can make a bunch of really cool stuff. They're probably going to do some sort of Ficsmas competition as well. So keep your eyes out for that if you guys are creative or if you really like Satisfactory. But that is really good news regardless though.
Like always in December. Without any new content this time aside from a new picture for the calendar, because this will be the first Ficsmas where console players can opt in to play, and we thought that rocking the boat for this one would be adventurous to say the best. So that's
fair enough. So it is confirmed there's nothing new coming to Ficsmas. I'm still going to do it. I've got nothing else to do during December, so actually, well, I do, but if I've got time off, I will attempt Ficsmas. I do want to try and finish it. I want to try and build a decent looking factory, but I'm not going to do what I did last season, where I spent weeks making a factory. It looks decent, but it wasn't great.
Game in these.
They mentioned one point in the video. Well, I guess we'll find out.
In a nutshell. But what about everything surrounding the game? Everything going on in this funhouse of ours? Well, some of you may have picked up on the shorts that Jason has been sending lately.
We've seen all of them.
Both on YouTube and on other platforms. And at least internally, these have been taking us out on a ride. So, judging by both the devs' feedback as well as you guys' feedback on our socials, we definitely plan on keeping these coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's content. It's content. I wouldn't say no to it. It's content.
On top of the current shorts, we are planning on sending like slices of social life in the office, as well
could be cool.
as clips of longer informative videos as shorts as well. Because the longer videos you're used to on YouTube, they are not going anywhere. Shorts are not replacing them. But they will happen more infrequently because we agree in community that it makes more sense for us to send these long-form videos when we have juicier, more meaty stuff to share with you all. And
there's no point in them making a video every week or every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks when they've got nothing interesting to say. Because what are they going to say in the videos? Even as a content creator, you wouldn't make a video about nothing because you're just wasting someone's time watching that video. So I suppose that's a good idea. Some people might not like that because they just want videos, want more content. But the thing is, if there's no content, then what's the video going to be about? So whenever they do upload a video, it's probably going to be quite interesting. I think the last thing they made a video about was the console stuff, which is pretty cool. And that's obviously a huge thing for the game. So that makes sense, but yeah.
To talk about.
It's understandable.
Let's also talk about streaming. And let's talk about both the dev stream and the gameplay streams. I love both, and late last year I particularly fell in love with the gameplay streams on the Coffee Stain Twitch channel, because this
Follow
was
that.
probably pound for pound the most fun I've had just directly interacting with you guys in the community, as with just enjoy and
We haven't done them in ages.
Satisfactory. So I think it is high time that these are brought back.
Good.
Because they just kind of suddenly stopped. Without closure. Creating distance
Oh dear.
between you and I.
They were very good streams though.
I've been singing songs of silk in yearning. And this is what it sounds like. So they're coming back.
That's good.
And both gameplay streams and dev streams are coming back starting in October.
I'm probably going to end up co-streaming the dev streams if I'm allowed to. I might have to email someone to make sure if I can or can't. Because sometimes in the dev streams, they end up talking about some interesting future updates or future Satisfactory related things. I know that Snat and Mikhail used to do that, so I'm sure that they're most likely going to be continuing that as well. Which if they are, I would love to co-stream it, because it means that we can just get a bunch of news for update 1.2, update 1.3, things like that on the streams. It doesn't mean that every single stream that they do, we're going to get every little bit of information about update 1.2. That's very unlikely. But they might tease a couple of things here and there that we are then left to speculate on, which I quite like.
Why October? Remember when I said that we're almost back from summer? We're back. Mostly. Kind of.
Oh,
Let's
I
touch on
remember that.
a little bit later. That's because I am not part of that back. I am going to be spending most of September in Japan.
Hold that
Oh
thought.
dear.
Now I know what you're thinking. You guys just got back from summer vacation. Why are you going on another one?
Anniversary shopping list, a bean balloon. Is that another potential tease there for what could be in the anniversary event? A bean balloon. They've never had balloons in Satisfactory before, have they? Interesting, if that is a thing.
Well, Mikhail didn't go on summer
Or
vacation.
turning a bean into
He's
a
been here the
balloon.
whole time, doing something. So be nice to him, okay? Actually, why don't we go down to the comment section right now and leave him a nice comment wishing him a safe and happy trip.
Have
Bonus
a safe
points if you do it in
trip,
Japanese.
Mikhail.
Okay, back to the video.
This means that
I can't say it in
Jason will be the
Japanese.
one holding the
Who is Princess, do I even want to know? A cake? A Swedish cake? Looks nice. Mixtape. Oh, a potential new mixtape. I doubt it, but you never know.
fought for a bit. And when I am back, that's when I think that the lead up to consoles on November 4th is a great time to bring back both the dev streams as well as frequent gameplay streams, where I aim to be the very first coffee stainer ever to complete the game since 1.1 on controller. From
Oh, okay, wow. I was gonna say, how is no one at Coffee Stains beaten the game yet? Then since update 1.1, okay, then on controller, right, okay, yeah. Wow. Welcome, Jack, hope that you're doing good. Yeah, the list changed, that's why I was pausing it there as well. That's interesting, though.
the tutorial, phase 0, until the end of the game.
It's
Will
very
I
brave.
manage?
No. Yes.
I'll leave that up to your imagination, but I think you already know the answer. It's yes, it's definitely yes, it's 100% yes. And that takes us nicely back to Satisfactory itself, because all this fluff around us is nice, but what really matters is the game.
Yes.
Like I said, minus me and a couple of others, the dev team is back in full force, and Satisfactory is...
No, not the slugs. Not the innocent slug. Where's the yellow slug? The thing is, right, if you would have summer slooped the slugs before he put it into the pan, he could have got double the shards out of what he's cooking. But I don't know if the cooker's got a built-in summer sloop system. Just gonna put that out there. He could be getting double the slug remains from that. So
once again being cooked on at max heat. And we have said that this cooking so far ever since 1.1 launched has entailed getting the game ready for consoles.
Yes.
Well, now we know consoles are very close. Surely the game is like almost finished, or heck, maybe even as good as finished for consoles. So is it time yet to mention what lies beyond? Is it time yet to
Update 1.2?
talk about the future beyond the future? Let's not beat around that bush, chat. When I am back from Japan, if I get back from Japan, let's
October.
talk about 1.2.
Great. Finally. So it seems like we are going to get some update 1.2 news in October. Well, that would then line up with my theory that console and 1.2 are going to release either on the same day or around the same time, which, again, that would make sense, right? We've got 6 extra shards. I know, it's ridiculous. Like, lots of slugs in there. Yeah, I believe that we are going to get 1.2 coming out the same day as console. 4th of November. That's my guess. It would make sense. It would make sense. It's like, why would they release console, then a week later release update 1.2? If update 1.2's main selling point is console, like, what they should do, I don't work at Coffee Stains, and I doubt they won't see this. I doubt they will see this. But what they should do is lead with console being the main selling point for update 1.2. They've already advertised it on the Gamescom, which is great. It's going to get lots of new players in. But for the promotional videos, include the Satisfactory Pioneer playing on a controller, but then have like a bunch of new stuff going on behind it. So have the Pioneer with a controller. Let's say there's a new architectural item. Have that in the background. Then showcase all the new architectural things, just like any other updates teaser that they've done. But make sure to lead with that console stuff, because I think that would be fairly interesting. At least because that will then attract the new players, and the current players are also interested as well. So it's not just for the new players, not just for the current players. It will be an update for everyone. That's what this should be marketing towards. An update for everybody. Because it is.
If
Lead
you
with
are
console.
kind to Jason, while
Oh, Jason. I called him Josh earlier. Sorry.
Let's even, and I mean it when I say hint, but let's maybe even hint just a smidge about what also happens in this office.
That's, to me, it sounds like a behind-the-scenes sort of tour, which could be fairly interesting.
Entailing both the old and the new. But if I do get stuck in Japan, it has been amazing knowing
I think that's what that meant, behind the scenes.
all of you. You have been an amazing crowd. I love you all. Take care of each other, love each other, do something crazy but ultimately harmless. It's gonna be golden. I'll
Hopefully.
see you around.
There we have it. So, we're going to get update 1.2 news when Mikhail comes back in October, which is great. We've got console coming out on the 4th of November. We've also got a Satisfactory event, anniversary event, on the 10th of September. So let's just write all that stuff down over here. Let's get some music playing in the background as well. Do you let me know if the music's too loud or too quiet? It will constantly be changing, but again, do let me know. I'll minimize that so I can read my chats. There we go. But what do you guys think? Again, do you let me know what you guys think? So, the 10th of September. Nice. We've got the Satisfactory events. That's now confirmed. Great. Then sometime in October, we have some potential. No, was it confirmed? Yeah, because he mentioned update 1.2. Also, between September and October, we might have a hint at something behind the scenes. That's what we've been told, at least. Behind the scenes stuff. A few question marks there, because we're not entirely sure about that. But we do know that there will be something happening, which is pretty cool. Then October, we don't know the dates, unfortunately. We have update 1.2 news. And then the 4th of November, we've got console. And then updates 1.2 question mark. I still feel... I might even die on this here at this point. I still feel like we are going to get some update 1.2 news or the release dates on the 4th of November. I don't know why, but that's what I think. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the actual anniversary event itself as I leave this up there just for now. And I'll actually make the screen a bit bigger here as well. You guys. That's good enough. In fact, I can probably make it a bit smaller. Nice, okay. So, regarding the anniversary events, nothing is confirmed yet, so it's all pure speculation, but something that I think they might be doing is... What do they tease again? Where is it there? Nice. This.
PC and check out.
Like a hub overhaul. Because, I mean, this might have nothing to do with Satisfactory. We really do not know. I did see the sign down there, by the way. But I feel like this could have something to do with it. Rent temporary toilets. And again, where's the toilet found? In the hub. Where is all the neon lights that we saw before in the previous trailers? The hub. What's currently on the screen? A bunch of neon lights.
Out our brand.
So I think the hub is getting some sort of overhaul. Then, I suppose, stretching out from this... There we go. We saw some neon lights. We also saw some new helmets as well. I wouldn't necessarily call that part of the hub, though. New helmets. That's not spelled correctly, is it? Oh, it is? Okay, sure. Brilliant. Welcome, Maga. Hope that you're doing good. Flush a ticket for a Tesla now. That could be rather... You know what? I will include that because that's rather hilarious. If you guys have any comments, by the way, and what you think might be in the anniversary event, comment it below. Like, there's no wrong answers. Flush a coupon down the toilets for the Cyber truck. Oh dear. As you can tell, this is going to be a very serious list. Brilliant. So we've got the neon lights there as well. We've got the new helmets. And one of them that's confirmed is going to be a doggo helmet. Yeah. No. It's the wrong way. Well, I say it's confirmed. It was in the background. Nothing is confirmed until it's confirmed. However, I would be surprised if they don't add it now because they literally teased it. It's a bit smaller here as well. We also managed to get another helmet in there. No. Another helmet in there as well. Which was the cup holder. You can go right here. And then lastly we had another bluish sort of helmet. Or a blue tint helmet. I'm not quite sure what that one actually was though. Blue tint helmet. There we go. So flush a coupon down the toilet for a Cybertruck. I mean, you never know. You think that 1.2 on PC won't be released for another... Released after 1.2 for console? Have you seen if the console released on 1.2 other updates? Yeah, you never know. Yeah. Headaches are back again. I mean, I'm gonna sound like the most obvious person in the world here, but have you drunk enough water today? I know, like, everyone says it, but you'd be surprised by the amount of people that don't drink enough water. Pick up doggos? That would be quite nice. Just get to hold the doggos in your hand. You never know. So there's an overhaul of the hub. We saw some flashing neon lights, and we saw something about a toilet as well. Oh yeah, something here with the toilets. Toilet upgrade, let's say. I suppose I can link that down to here, because you're in relation to that. There we go. In fact, I'll have you coming around there. Great. 4 liters today, damn. I don't think I've drank that much. I need to probably drink a little bit more. I will. It's not right now, we're busy. we're in the zone for the anniversary event. If you guys have just tuned in, by the way, welcome. There is a Satisfactory anniversary event that has been confirmed. We've also got a few other things confirmed here as well. On the 10th of September, that's the anniversary event. Sometime between September and October, we could get a behind-the-scenes video. I think that's what Mikhail was teasing. Sometime in October, we are going to get some Update 1.2 news, which best believe I will be making a video about on this channel, so stay tuned for that if you guys are interested. On the 4th of November, we then got the console release, and potentially Updates 1.2. I would understand why they would do that. That would make sense. And then after November, we then have the Ficsmas stuff. Which also, yeah, that's actually something else I've got to try and add. Add it to. Actually, that's not really part of the anniversary event. There we go. So yeah, Ficsmas has been confirmed to be coming back for all of the Ficsmas fans out there. I will be doing a Ficsmas factory. I'm looking forward to it. I might even already start planning it. Ooh, no. Maybe. I want to try and build it next to the dam. Because that could be like a nice aesthetic for the design. Then what I can try and do is get the copper, iron, and limestone next to where we've already got our conveyor belt highway. Belt it in. And I believe those are the main resources that I'm actually going to need for the Ficsmas events. I will Google search that in just a moment. Just to see what other resources I might need to make here. But as far as what I can tell, that could be a really interesting location for it. We'll see. The only downside about it, though, is I've built it in the desert. And the theming will be a bit off. But hey, you know what? I don't know. It could be good. Oh dear. So we've talked about the newer helmets. That's great. So we've got a doggo helmet, a cup holder helmet, and a blue tinted helmet. We don't know what this one actually was, but it would just look like some sort of blue tints. Potentially some, like, this is just a theory here. Some toilet upgrade potentially. A potential overhaul to the hub as well. Whilst we're on the subject of the hub, we also might be adding another minigame into the hub. Because we've already got one minigame, maybe they'll add another one. There we go. There was also something a bit earlier on about, if you guys remember the console release trailer. In fact, let me try and show you guys this. Someone mentioned this. I don't know if it was in one of my streams or videos, or if it's one of the Satisfactory streams and videos. But if we try and come back over here somewhere, there's a good shot of it.
We have a confirmed release date.
There. Oh, it's right behind the webcam. Let me try and move that. We have all the weapons on the side of the screen. We've got the rifle, the basher, the rebar gun, and the chainsaw. But the chainsaw isn't a weapon. Unless they're going to make the chainsaw into a weapon. That's always a possibility. So I'm going to write that down. Will that be part of the anniversary event? I'm not quite sure, but it's something they might add. Because why else would they have the chainsaw there? Because nothing else there isn't a weapon. Like, it's just weapons. Actually, here's another really good shot, by the way, of the helmet. It's up there. There you go. Got some llama decorations. I don't think there's anything else that's new. I don't know what this is, though. The white box. Let me try and zoom in for you guys. Enhance. Enhance. What is that? I really don't know. We've got the world there. Planet Massage 2AB. Everything else, though, I don't know. That could be the joystick from the Golden Game Awards. Or the Golden Joystick Awards. Maybe we'll find out eventually. Yeah, I mean, a chainsaw as a weapon could be really cool as some sort of melee weapon. Because as of right now, the game doesn't really have very many melee weapons. That's a bit of a tongue twister to say fast. Very many melee weapons. And we've got the Xeno Zapper, Xeno Basher, and lastly the Candy Cane, which you only get at Ficsmas. And when's this update coming out? Well, if it's September 10th, it's a couple months before Ficsmas. So maybe for like a short, limited time period, it will just be able to be used as a weapon. I don't know. Or maybe there'll be a chainsaw, then a chainsaw variant. Like, you know how you can switch the chainsaw from single mode to range? Maybe there'll be a third setting where you can use it as a weapon, essentially. That could be rather interesting, but... Okay, I've actually got a really good theory about this. So, single... range... or... weapon mode. Okay. So what we can then do after that... I forgot what I was going to say. Weapon modes. Oh, yes. So the weapon mode will be better than a Xenobasher. Best melee in the game. But consumes fuel. So that is going to be my little theory. So, again, this is out there, but we might as well just guess, right? I believe that the chainsaw will be turned into a weapon. I think there will be a new mode setting, single, range, or weapon modes, and I think it'll be the best melee in the game, but it has to consume power, or fuel, to actually function. And... there we go. And a lot of... Oh, Jesus, have mercy on my spelling. And a lot of fuel as well. Like, I want this to be good, but I want it to drain your fuel. I want it to have a balanced sort of mechanic behind it as well. Yep. Underslinger candy cane to the rifle. Fix bayonets. Imagine that, just add a bayonet into the game. I mean, that could be rather interesting. Anything else here regarding the chainsaw? I don't know. Different types of chainsaw, potentially? That's here. New chainsaw variants. You never know. And I think that will most likely be it regarding the chainsaw. I like that change. I mean, I think it could be rather interesting. It's a chainsaw. You'd think it'd actually be good against creatures and hostile enemies, right? Anyway. Anything else that we haven't really touched on? Again, regarding the hub. In fact, what else would he be doing for the events? Let's talk a bit more about the events rather than what we know is happening. So, what we think is happening. We think there could be a hub overhaul. We think there might be something new with the chainsaws. And we know that there have been new helmets teased. This is confirmed. In fact, you know what? Let's actually paint this green. Because that is confirmed. That's confirmed. That's confirmed. This is a new helmet. We just don't know what it was. Someone said like a moth-themed helmet in one of my videos, and I thought that was a really good idea. Don't know yet. An attack mode could be really good. Yep. That could be good. To use chainsaw as a weapon, it is a safety setting. Yeah, that could be interesting. I feel like Ada would approve of that as well. So talking a little bit more now about the actual event itself. I believe we've got a couple other potential... Well, I say clues. They weren't really clues. They were visual freeze frames here and there. And whereabout was it? I think it was after the shorts, was it? Yeah, it was after the shorts. Here. A bean balloon. What does that mean? Let's still write that down, though. And it yeets you out to there. Just like so. Okay. We've got no idea what this means. I think there might be some sort of celebration. Because, like, when I see Balloon, I think of celebrating, right? Surely. Like a party or an anniversary, so that would make sense. And linking back to this sort of celebration, what could this mean? Maybe a themed cosmetics for the fauna. What I mean by this, if you guys remember, what was it, on April 1st, a couple of the actual faunas, I believe it was the hogs, and I think the spitters as well, had an overhaul, so they looked completely different. Just for the 1st of April, as the April Fool's events. So I think they might try and do something similar, since now we know that they have done it in the past. They might try and change the look of some of the animals, or add some sort of like party hat on top of the animals. I know they do that in games like Pokemon Go, where for like the Pokemon Go's anniversary, they'll have Pikachu, Charmander, Bulbasaur wearing these party-themed accessories. So that's always a possibility. Sticking with the celebration theme, what else can we try and go with here? Also, can I make you look a bit nicer? Well, you don't look as terrible. I don't think they're going to add any new resources. Maybe some gifts? Just like in the Ficsmas events. Then in these gifts, you can try and find special items. Rather than like actual presents themselves, you find special items. Yeah. None of this is confirmed, by the way. At the minute, we're just speculating. What I think could be kind of cool, if you explore around the map, and you can find these gifts, again, just like in the Ficsmas event, but they don't drop down, they're just there. When you load into the game, the gifts are just there. They'll be dotted all around the map. They might make some sort of sound, like a buzzing sound, not like a buzzing sound, like an alarm sort of sound, like a beep, beep, beep. And the closer you get towards the gift, the louder the beep gets, and maybe the faster the beep gets. Or on your object scanner, here we go, yep. You can have an object scanner, where you can then scan for these gifts, and when you open up the gift, you can find things like 100 reinforced iron plates, 5 turbo motors, 10 heat sinks, things like that. So you can go exploring around the world and get rewarded for your actual exploration. I think could be pretty cool. Hunt gifts with object scanner. There we go. And then I suppose you all link back to each other, don't you? So if I do that, then that. That'll work. If you didn't look so unbelievably crap, you would work at least. There we go. That's massive as well. Damn. Oh well. That could be quite a nice, interesting concept. Again, it's just a concept though. Because you'll make exploring fun as well. The hogs were the animals from Sanctum 2. The spitters were unchanged and hatches released double the flies. And the spiders all released gas. Oh yeah, the beans became the size of the lizard doggos and the lizard... Yeah, I remember that. That could be a fun little change though as well. Here's another one actually. Where is... I haven't written it yet. Double the doggos. There you go. Most important change. The most important change in the history of the game. Essentially meaning, rather than, let's say, 10 lizard doggos being spawned in at the map, make it 20. Or rather than 20, make it 40. That could be pretty nice. Welcome, David. Hope that you're doing good. In combat and all the videos, yeah, they did say they're not working towards combats. But then they've added combats, like the candy cane thing. That wasn't in the game since launch, I don't think. They have added combat things since then. Okay, so that's a lot of things that could be in the anniversary events. These are confirmed. These are confirmed. Doesn't necessarily mean it's confirmed in the event. It just means that it's confirmed to be happening. And the reason as to why I think there could be a doggo, or something related to the doggos, is because there's always something related to the doggos. And also because they have got some sort of doggo helmet, so that could make sense potentially. Being shift away from the factory instead of phasing into it, I mean, that would be nice, but that's more of like an actual update rather than an anniversary sort of feature. The object scanner keeps detecting nuts wherever you go. You can always just turn that off. If you flick it to another setting, it can just detect whatever you want. Is there anything else that we got that was teased? Yeah. A potential new mixtape. I doubt it. And this is some sort of Swedish cake, I believe. If the chainsaw is being used in the game like Doom, then what would... Then that would be too violent, but this game is... doesn't have to be violent. When you whack an animal with a Xenobasher, it's literally a laser. In theory, it should slice them in half. Does it actually slice them in half? No. So what the chainsaw will most likely do is just... Zzz, and then it will make the fauna, the whatever you're trying to kill, just bounce back a little bit. Same with a basher. Same with a zapper. Also, there's guns in this game, so... There's literally explosive weapons in this game. There's bombs, there's no obelisks. So if they've added basically bombs, I doubt a chainsaw is too violent for them. Let's then come back up here again. No. That's not what I did. There we go. A new mixtape. There we go. Potentially, again, not confirmed. We're just thinking about things that could be happening. I will do something similar to this for update 1.2 when we get a bit more information, but today's video is just focusing on the main announcement itself. I do very quickly want to try and check some Ficsmas stuff, though. Some resources for it, because we did get like a little bit of Ficsmas news. Essentially, they are bringing back Ficsmas, but they're not adding anything new to it, except like a new background for the advent calendar. Does it say the resources? Hopefully. There you go. No. Where is it? It should be here somewhere then. So these are all the things that you can unlock? Oh no, that's how you unlock the research. Those are the awards there that you can get. Or rewards even. Right. So how do I make a snowball? Oh, here we go. That's what I was trying to look for. Great. So I'm going to need copper. Iron. And that's it. For that part, at least. That I don't mind much about. You just need copper and iron. Is there nothing else? That's from copper. Okay, there we go. To actually make... Well, that's the giant tree, though. You don't really need that. So it seems like the only resources I am going to need is all that, basically. Right. That's not too bad. I say I mean we, by the way, because, well, if you guys want to do the events. What have we got up here? We've got 2 normal iron nodes, 2 normal copper nodes. So in total, that's 1,200 iron, 1,200 copper. This is where I've got my dam currently. So I could definitely try and do some sort of factory up here. Have my outskirts of the dam come around here, build some sort of lake. That could be pretty cool. Essentially build a small Ficsmas village on top of the dam. It's not impossible. Because our main wall is somewhere here. You can't build a lake, you can just place down signs. And paint them blue. So have it follow around here a little bit. Maybe someone go up here somewhere. Place the tree in the middle. That could be interesting. That could be rather interesting. Anything else to really touch upon today? Oh yeah, some potential behind the scenes sort of stuff. I will make all of the... I'll include all of this into a video that I'll be releasing a bit later on today, by the way. So don't worry too much about that. Oh, today? Tomorrow. Yeah, there's no stream tomorrow. There's a stream on Sunday if you guys want to tune into that. But tomorrow, I want to try and do a video covering this, giving my overall opinions, sort of going over what I mean by all of this, and talking a bit more about the actual dates themselves. Everything will be timestamped, unless I forget, but I don't normally forget the timestamps. So it should be timestamped. If you guys do want to tune into that, then feel free. Regardless though, this is pretty interesting news. Do let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. And that will just about conclude today, I think. I don't want to ramble on for too much longer. I could spend another hour talking about this, but I've gone over everything that I think is going to be in the anniversary update. I think they're going to add some new helmets. I think the hub's going to get some sort of overhaul, maybe some new minigames. And I really hope that they do add a couple of these gift systems, and maybe even something here with a chainsaw just for a day. Could be quite cool. A new mixtape as well, more doggos, that could be awesome. I don't think there's too much else I want to try and add. That's where you started your factory. With lots of coal, you're having problems with water pumping, even though you have your pumps with power shards. Water can be a problem. Make sure that you have got your pipeline pumps. I'm not sure how new you are to the game, but definitely do include some pipeline pumps whenever you do anything involving pipes. Normally, any building, any placeable building that requires some sort of liquid going into it or a liquid coming out of it has a 10-meter head lift. Essentially meaning that if you place this building here, you've got 10 meters upwards that you can go before your water or fuel, whatever, stops going up. So I do recommend trying to get those pipeline pumps, because they will massively help you. Regardless, thank you very much everyone for tuning in today. I will make a video again talking about this tomorrow. Hope that you guys enjoyed. If you guys are watching the VOD, do let me know in the comments down below what would you like to see in Update 1.2 and in the anniversary events. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you very much for the 4 likes on today's stream. It's a very, very short stream. I do apologize. I don't want to ramble though, so might as well cut it there. Have an amazing rest of your day. And like always, Godspeed, pioneers. Stay safe.